This is Dr. Caro with an explanatory video about the refined feedback project. I'm here with a student and giving a demonstration of it. And so I want to use the refined feedback test as a way to illustrate what's going on. So let me put a breakpoint here in get matching indices. And then let's just run the test checking account to method, which is one I just designed today explicitly for this to highlight what I'm looking for. And so part of it is I wanted to help explain what's going on here. Get matching indices, an array of strings for reg x's here. We can see we have these strings here, some of which have some regular expression syntax, and others are just normal strings. And then the text is a submission from a student that they have here. And I'll just spoiler alert, it is missing some of the components. So let's step into this because this is just a wrapper. The default regular expression args we can see here are 2. Oh, I really could use a comment there. So what we're going to do is we're going to ignore casing. So uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. So if we step into this, the parameters are the same except flags are introduced here. And the goal is to produce an array of indices, we're calling it matches, for where the regular expressions start. And the first index is the starting index, and the second index of each array is the ending index. And so the goal is to maximize the number of regular expressions that match and then return the indices of those matches. So we're going to start off at 0. And the greedy approach is we're going to start off with the first regular expression. In this case, we are looking for, where is it? Reg X, oh, it's down. Reg X, our first one is account manager. And so first we're going to compile this regular expression, and then we get a pattern object, and then we're going to use that pattern object and call matcher on it, and we're going to look at the student submission from the starting point of the last index we left off at, in this case 0, and then moving forward. And so if we do that, we look for it, then we can determine, well, 1, did we even find it? Were we able to find it? And that's off screen. So then here is the matcher variable here, and so it has all these values. And so from 0 to 267 we're looking. Here's the text, and so we can see, well, did it find it? And sure enough, it did. And so we can ask, what was the start index? What was the end index? And we'll see that it found it starting at 243 and ending at 257. So now we say, okay, well, let's look again, but starting one after where the last one left off so that we're not overlapping. And let's see if we can. Oh, sorry, it's a greedy approach. We're just looking for the first one. And so we record where we found that one. Now the problem with this one, this exact test case, is our text is like 267 characters long, but our match here, we're now at 258 with this greedy approach. And so we want to step, we're going to now look for the regular expression checking, and we're going to look starting at the index 258. So we've compiled the regular expression using checking, and now we're going to search for it starting at index 258. And let's see if we find it, and we don't find it. So then we include, if we can't find a certain regular expression for that entry into that row of the returned two-dimensional array, we're just going to include -1, -1, and that will, the visualizer later, the method that produces the output, I want to say it's get annotated view, it's going to know that it's missing. So we're missing that one, and we're missing lots of them. In fact, let's just keep going until, okay, we found one. Let's see, regex index, we're at the 13th one, we're like at the last one here, and that regular expression is thank. So it's the very last one. We find a match, we get its starting and ending location, we put them in, and then that's our last one. And so then matches here is the indices that match, and we can see here that the first one matched from 243 to 257, and then the next one all the way up to the very end one do not match, except thank did match. The goal of this project is to be able to produce the set of indices such that we have many more matches that are found. In fact, I produced what that should look like here. Ideally, we'd want it to say that this one is missing, and then find these ones, and then it's going to miss those because they're not there, and then find this one. But instead, what it's going to produce, if we do step and we come out of here and then we execute the get annotated view using the indices that we just provided, then its output will look like this. And I'm zoomed way in for the video. Notice it found account manager near the end, but then it said it's missing all of these matches. It couldn't find any of these, and then it found thank you. Instead, we want it to look like this. It just said, look, I can't find this first one, or if I say I can't find this first one, then I can match all these other ones, missing some, and then I can match up at the end. This is the goal of what we want. This is what happens when we apply a greedy algorithm to it. We get 2 out of 14 matches. Would much rather have 10 out of 14 matches. Let me know what questions you have.